What's up, Sonder fam? It's your favorite realtor, Malik Bells, back here with another video. Today, we got something different for you guys. We have a developer here, Acosta, with Acosta Development, and he's going to talk to you guys about development, how you can get into it, and how his experience has been so far. So let's get started. Ray, tell the people about yourself, introduce yourself, where you're from.
So my name is Ray Acosta. I'm a spec home developer, primarily in Gwinnett County and the Metro Atlanta. I started as a developer about 3 to 4 years ago, and I transitioned from house flipping.
So you say you transitioned from house flipping. Do you feel like house flipping helped you to switch over into development, or was it a difference?
I'd say definitely house flipping teaches you like core skills, like how to manage a team,
right?
How to get bids from contractors, how to know how to value a property. Really, I think it's like those same skills really translate into being a home builder or a developer as well, because to build a brand new house, you have to know how much to pay for the land. You have to know how much it's going to cost to build it. You have to be able to learn how to negotiate with contractors as well. So I think all of those skills are really able to transfer, like if you are trying to transition from, say house flipping into being a home builder as well.
Okay. And how do you feel like you earned those skills? Did you go to college? What school did you go to?
Yeah, so I graduated from the University of Georgia with a finance degree. In college, I worked at Goldman Sachs for 2 summers. But I mean, I'd say honestly, the best experience is just hands-on experience, man.
Right.
People can take like courses and, read, like all these books and that kind of stuff. But I'd say like, until you like really just
immerse yourself.
Do the actual work, that's when you can like really learn, all of the, small things that make or break you, like in the business.
Yeah, that's real. So what steps did you take to immerse yourself in the business?
Honestly, I'm kind of lucky. I was always involved in construction.
Okay.
My dad, he first started as a house framer. And so, I started to work in construction like at the age of 14. And so, to me, I was never really scared of, having to do like, drywall work or, siding, et cetera, So I think that was one thing that helped, in that process. But then also like, it was like, I went to school, for finance. And so, I was really good at, trying to run, through a house deal and see, if it made sense, trying to get a home loan on it, private investors, hard money, et cetera. And so, I'd say primarily it was my prior experience in construction, but then also knowing how to run the house numbers as well.
Okay, that's cool. That's very interesting too, and a good insight that you already had experience in construction to be able to transfer it to the other projects. When it came to house flipping, how did you find out about house flipping?
Honestly, man, I was in college, started off, I think it was my sophomore year in college, and it was during, I just, really was trying to take that, next step into it. And so really, I went on Facebook, found a wholesaler who was trying to sell a property that, he had. And, I saw it, like it was a condominium, for $100,000.
Okay.
And I knew, in that whole part, it was going to be worth like say 190 to 200. It's like if I put in like, say $25,000, like it was going to be, like a nice spread on it. So it was really just like taking that step to like try to find a deal on my own, and then start, honestly.
Right. So you did all of this in college. If you're in college, you always the broke college student, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get the capital to be able to go out and find that property and pay for it?
Yeah, so I had bought my first property at the age of 21. It was through a friend. I did a seller note carry on that. And so
And explain what seller note carry is for the viewers.
So a seller note carry is when the property is owned outright so that the owner can basically finance it and the owner acts as the bank.
Okay.
And so in this case, he did a seller note carry on it. I had the house fixed up, refinanced it out, paid him back, and then I kept, I think it was like 60 grand afterwards. And so that was that same cash I used on my first house flip.
All right, Ray. So we're in one of your properties right now that you just recently developed. How about you show us around?
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
Ray, you did your big one on this one. You got the marble countertop with the farmhouse sink, gold dome light fixtures. Tell the people how this came into fruition.
Yeah, so actually this was a spec build. And so spec build is basically, I bring the house, to market without a buyer yet. And so this plan is actually based on house plans from Florida. And so, nowadays, most people like the whole Topin house, from the kitchen to the dining area to the main area. So yeah, how you mentioned, we have porch on the island. The island is about 9 foot, wide. On the backsplash, we have marble stove cooktop on the range, pot filler as well. And so yeah, I think it's a very nice kitchen, modern as well. And so yeah, I think it's a great layout.
Yeah. And you got a lot of modern finishes in here. How do you pick out the finishes, or how do you go about making the home complete?
Yeah, so on this project, we actually worked with a interior designer. She had, helped out just trying to make those, little small tweaks. And so like, for example, trying to pick what stain on the shelves, what color to pick on the dome light fixtures, having this, black and gold. And so like, it's like those, it's those small little touches that, just really bring it, all together.
Right.
And her name is Manuela Pinzon with MP Designs. So if you guys need a interior designer, she's your person.
Well, guys, definitely reach out to Manuela if you ever need an interior designer. But more about this property. So how did you go about acquiring the land to build on?
Yeah, so actually this parcel in particular was owned in the family now for a few years. It's a 4-acre property, but previously it was owned agricultural. And so with that, I could only build one house per 2 acres on the 4-acre parcel. And so to add more density to the parcel, I had rezoned it from agricultural to residential. And so after that, it was a 8-month process trying to work with the city to have it rezoned, but now I could build one house per acre. So every house here is on a 1-acre house lot.
Yeah, cool. So that's a lot of land for any homeowners that are looking out there. If you're getting an acre of land, that's a lot of space to work with. And this property definitely has all of that. All right, Ray, what do you think about taking a look at the master bedroom?
Yeah, man, let's check it out.
All right, Ray, so right now we're in the master bedroom, one of the 4 bedrooms of this property. Tell us a little more about the functionality and the layout design you had in mind when building the home.
Yeah, so the buyer, really wanted to have a house that was really great, like for the family right now. So they have twin girls and 1 son. And so the whole house is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom as well. And so one of the cool parts of the house is that in the twins, 2 bedrooms, is that they actually have a shared access space in their closet to, run in between, the 2 rooms. And so I think, just adding those like small touches, really make the home, special for the new home buyers.
Right. So the vibe of this home was really family oriented.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, the whole back, yard, is long house lot as well. They plan to put as well.
Right.
And they have plenty of space to have their guests over to, entertain them as well. And then also, they do plan to play soccer, like in the backyard as well.
Oh, cool. So it's very important to pick out some land and build a home that can be sold easily. This resale value would be good. So building a family-oriented home would definitely have a good chance in the market of reselling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think especially, right now, people want to, I guess, think about, in the future, if they do want to move, try to make sure that, hey, that to, buy houses that have, at least, half an acre of land, or, if it's a, older area, to try to buy a house that's, a ranch style as well.
Yeah. So when you first got started developing, what was one of the hardest challenges that you faced, entering into the industry?
Knowing what I didn't know. I mean, until you start, get starting in it, it's kind of hard to, I guess, do it. But I think as a newer developer, I think access to capital is, really big. On my first few lots, I had to pay, all cash at first. So now that I'm more experienced, I can get investors now to, partner up on the project. And so, yeah, definitely I'd say if you're a newer developer, probably, the hardest thing is how to, access to capital. But, once you start to do a few projects, then it's, it's easier to, raise it through, investors, or get a traditional source, through a bank.
Okay. So tell the people, what's the largest budget you have to work with? You had to work with so far?
Yeah, I mean, they range right now, but I'd say the biggest budget I had to do was a home I built was for $1.2 million. That budget, I want to say it was between $750 to $850 range.
To build?
Yeah, to build it.
Okay. And have you ever had a budget where it's too small and you kind of went over budget? Always.
I mean,
really?
Yeah, I'd say on a new build, you want to budget at least 5% of the entire budget. If you're doing house flipping, more closer to 10%. Just because, on a new construction, it's kind of easier to price out, the house budget. On a house flip, things, always happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And you mind if people get into your pockets a little more? What's the most that you've made from the project?
Yeah, so as a spec developer on homes that I build, typically it's 20% of the sale price. So if the home sells for $1 million, net profit is around $200,000.
Big money, this big money over here, y'all. Sonder fam, thank you for watching this video. We had an amazing conversation with the developer, Ray, from Acosta Development today on the development of this property right here in Auburn, Georgia. He dropped a lot of gems about how to get into development, how to start house flipping with little to no capital. I hope you all paid attention, learned something, and could take something away from this video. This has been the first episode of Sonder Talks, and in Sonder Talks, we're gonna do just this. Have those meaningful conversations, building lasting relationships with people that are in the real estate industry already, and those who also look forward to getting into it. If you were interested in this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and also share. And also make sure you follow us on social media. Follow me at Malik the Realtor _. Follow our videographer and photographer at ATL Rep Shots. And Ray's gonna give you his Instagram to make sure you all follow as well.
Thank everyone for watching the video. If you want to catch the full clip, click the link in the description below, and I'll catch y'all out there.
Thank you for tuning in once again. Sonder fam, I'll see you later.